Right. This is Teacher Brenda's revision class for the UASA Mathematics Form 1. So we will start by doing a question, okay, or two from each topic in Form 1 Mathematics, which has 13 topics to be precise, okay? So the first topic is rational numbers. Let's look at this question, okay? Hanan's house is on the 19th floor. Okay, this topic is where you learn your positive, negative, integers and numbers, including fractions and decimals. So here we go, question 1. Hanan's house is on the 19th floor. So always when you read, have a pencil or a marker that helps you to underline the important information. So 19th floor, important. Hanan uses the elevator to go down to the grocery store that is on the first floor. Then he goes back up 10 floors to Siti's house. After that, Hanan goes up another 4 floors to Lisa's house and goes down 2 floors to reach Mary's house. So there are many people here, starting with Hanan, and then got Siti, okay, and then we have Lisa, and finally we have Mary. So you see, you identify, you know roughly where the story is going up and down. Look at your question. On which floor is Lisa's house located? Now, I may be reading slowly, but you guys on your side, you have to try answering this. Okay, put it in the chat, the answer. Okay, what is your answer for A? Which floor is Lisa's house located? So I will take it slowly to read, but you can read it a little faster than me as well and start working on the calculation. So by the time we discuss, your answers are ready. Okay, so all of you, calculate which floor is Lisa's house located. Now Tristan has given me an answer. So let's see. Remember, you have to start at 19. Okay? And then what do you do when you go down? You're going all the way down to the first floor. And then what happens? Okay, so from the 19th floor, all right, you go down all the way to the first floor. Now remember, the floor is different and how many floors you go down is different. So now the grocery store is at the first floor. So from 19th floor to the first floor, okay, it's actually 18 floors. If you go down 18 floors, you'll reach the first floor. If you go down 19 floors, you'll reach ground. Remember that. Then he goes back up 10 floors. So what does he do? From the first floor, he goes back up 10 floors. So where will he reach? Will he reach the 10th floor or will he reach which floor? He's already at the first. If he goes up 10, yes, he is going to reach the 11th floor. And that is going to be Siti's house. Okay? Now, what does he do? He goes up another, how many floors? 4 floors. So, you add another 4 floors. And that will give you 15. That means now he's on the 15th floor. And that is Lisa. Got it? Now go on. Because you have got your answer. Lisa is on the 15th floor. So well done, Tristan. If he goes down 2 floors, he is going to reach now Mary's house. So what is 15 go down 2 or minus 2? That's going to be 13. So that's right. Mary would be on the 13th floor. Literally, you have figured out everybody's location. Okay? You have figured out where everyone is. So Hanan is here. Siti is on the 11th, Lisa 15th, Mary 13th. So on which house or on which floor is Lisa's house located? Okay, this is Lisa. Got your answer. Second question B follows that. What is the difference in the number of floors between Hanan and Mary? So here you have to know that Hanan lives on the 19th floor. And Mary, according to your calculation here, lives on the 13th floor. Now, to find the difference, you always just minus. So, 19 minus 13, 6 floors. Don't say sixth floor pula, okay? 6 floors, all right, apart from each other. Do you understand this question? I hope you remember your positive, negative numbers are super important. Got it? Can I have a thumbs up? Tristan, yeah, happy, okay. How about Gloria, Natasha, and Fatin? Faham ke? Atau dah lupa ke? Okay or not, girls? All right, good. Not too bad a question, okay? So let's see what else do we have. Do not forget in this topic, this is considered band 4. Obviously, the minute you have word problems, it's all band 4, 5, 6. Just depends on what difficulty level it is. However, if you see a question just like -5 plus this minus that, that's all operational questions, okay? Which you should be able to do. Okay, so now there's only one question for rational numbers. Now we'll move on to factors and multiples. So I'll give you a minute head start, okay? Try doing this, all right? I'm going to pause the recording, resuming. So let's look at this question, okay? In the final competition of a quiz, this all doesn't matter, okay? It's a quiz, the bell rung every 10 minutes for group A and every 15 minutes for group B. You know what's the bell, isn't it? Like your school bell lah. So there are two groups here. So what you'll need to do is just say, okay, this is group A, and group A's pattern is every 10 minutes the bell will ring. Okay, you got that? It's like in that pattern, all right? Now, what is group B's pattern pula? Group B pula, okay, every 15 minutes. Every 15 minutes, the bell will ring. This is a situation, okay, of the story. Now, what will happen? Each group will take turns answering in the allocated time. Allocated means given. Okay, so that means every 10 minutes, group A will answer. Then another 10 minutes, group A will answer. Another 10 minutes, group A will answer. So group A will keep on answering in periods of 10 minutes. Every 10 minutes, they will give the answer. Group B pula will answer every 15 minutes, it will be answering. Okay, the group will take turns answering in the allocated time. The competition starts at 8 a.m. and ends at 10. So now you have a time frame here. You know, this is the time. And literally what you can do if you really don't understand so much, you actually just list them out. So if 8 o'clock it starts and if it's for group A, what time will the first bell ring for group A? Can you put that in chat, some of you? What time will the first bell ring for group A? 8:10. Yes, exactly. So 8:10 will be your first number. You see that? It's time. Okay, so you don't have to do that AM, PM thingy lah. Just understand it's 8:10. What will be the next time? 8:20. Do you see that? So it's going to be in a pattern of 10 minutes. And you have to list them all out. So next would be 8:30. Okay, wait, let me write. Okay, then it would be 8:30. Then after that, 8:40. This is listing it out already. 8:50. And then, 9 o'clock. And then it continues. After all, it's not too long. It's another 1 hour only. So 9:10. 9:20, because every 10 minutes. 9:30. 9:40. And finally, 9:50. Okay, and it ends at 10. All right, that's the pattern, or that's going to be the time Group A gets the chance to answer. Okay, I'm going to put this down so you can see Group A's time here. Now we are going to do Group B's time pattern. Now remember, Group B is also going to start at 8 o'clock. However, they will only answer at 8:15. Got it? Next, they will answer at 8:30. You can see it's a 15 minutes interval. 8:45, 9 o'clock, 9:15, 9:30, 9:45, 10 o'clock. Okay, 10 is the last. Okay, imagine I put there last. Okay, 10 o'clock. So this one will also be 9:50 and then 10 o'clock. Last time. So you see 8:15, 8:30, 8:45, 9, 9:15, 9:30, 9:45, 10. Obviously, Group B gets lesser times to answer compared to Group A. What are they asking? At what time will the bell ring simultaneously? Kamu faham ke apa itu simultaneously? At the same time. Okay, let me erase this a bit. This line here. Okay. So look at the time. Let's choose the ones that are happening simultaneously. Okay? See, 8:20 tak ada match. Kita ada match. 8:30. Can you see? 8:30 it's happening together. Then look. Just compare. Ah, got spotted another one. 9:30. I don't think there is any other time. Of course, end at 10 o'clock. But I think we don't count the end time. So at what time will the bell ring simultaneously? Probably 8:30, 9:30. 10 o'clock already finished the test. Okay, 9 o'clock pun kah? Ah, pandainya. Thank you. Spotted that 9 o'clock. Any other time? 9:45? No. So there are 3 occasions in which the bell will ring simultaneously. Now, in factors and multiples, this is called what? Is this multiple or is this factors? First of all, you answer me that. What is this? When we do this, when you're listing out all these, what are all these? Multiples, exactly. And then what we are finding here? There's a term for it. There is a name that you learn. A lowest common multiple means I'm only talking about 8:30. Yes or not? Correct or not? All these is common multiples. Very good, Natasha. So now you remember, and we don't necessarily use just numbers and numbers. We can bring it into real life situations like this. Got it? All this is actually your common multiples. Instead of just giving you, okay, what's the multiple of 3 and 4? And then I ask you, what is the common multiple of 3 and 4? So instead of just giving you numbers, I can give you a question that is in time duration. You see that? Okay lah, enough already. Now go and see. I'm going to undo all these. Let me see if I can erase all these. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Sorry. All right. How many questions will be answered by each group? So the bell rang, each group will take turns answering in the allocated time. So in other words, you are going to actually tell how many times the group A gets a chance to answer, how many times does group B get a chance to answer. But by looking at how many time slots are happening here. All right, so how do we answer it? We just write group A. Okay, count lah group A. How many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Should we take or not the last? Do you think we should take the last time? 10 o'clock it ends. So can you answer at 10 o'clock? What do you think? If 10 o'clock a quiz ends, can you answer at 10 o'clock? No. All right. So we don't take that last number. 10 o'clock, both also end already, what? Cannot answer already. So the last chance they get here is 9:50, here at 9:45. So count, use another color, maybe use green. How many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So group A gets 12 times, 12 questions. How many questions will be answered? 12 questions. Group A can answer. Group B pula. Okay lah, you tell me guys the answer. Now you should know already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 questions. Got it? Okay? Faham? Do you understand now? Can I have a thumbs up if you do? So you can go on already. All right? Okay. Thank you. Let's move on. Next question. So, sekejap. Okay, question 1, question 2. Okay. Here. This is supposed to be question 2B lah. We are still in the same topic, factors and multiples. But here, prime factors of 42. List all the prime factors. Please don't forget this prime number lah. Okay, super important. Prime numbers are numbers that can only divide by 1 and itself. I hope you remember it. Okay, it starts with, doesn't start with 1. 1 is not a prime. It starts with 2. It goes on to 3 and so on. 4 is it a prime number?
No.
What do you call 4? Is it a prime or not? Guys, put in chat. No. So what do you call it? If it's not a prime, what do you call it? You call it bumblebee. 2 is a prime. Hey, this is not even or odd, okay? Even and odd numbers are different. Even numbers are all the numbers that end with either a 0 or 2 or 4 or 6 or 8. So, for example, 1 million, it's an even number. Okay? Odd numbers are numbers that end with 1, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. Okay, these are odd, the ones that end with these numbers. So 2 is a prime number, it's an even number. 3 is an odd number, it's also a prime number. Very good, Tristan, well done. Composite. I was waiting for this word, composite. Have you all forgotten? Composite. Composite number is a number made up of primes. For example, 100. 100 is made up of what? You can break down, remember? Okay, hold on. For example, okay, let's go with 10. What is 10? 10 is a composite number. How do I get 10? I take 2 and multiply by 5. 2 is a prime. 5 is a prime. So when you multiply prime numbers, you will get composite. Any composite number, even if it's 10,000, when you break it down, break, do the tree diagram, you break it like this, you will end up with all primes. That is why it's called prime. It's super important. So coming back here, list all the prime factors. I hope you remember what is factors. So first of all, you write there 42. First, just write all the factors you know. Then we collect the prime factors. That will be easier. Okay? If you really forgot so much, you just start. Of course, 1 is always a factor. 2 is a factor. 3, that means I can take 42 divide by 3. How about 4? Come on. Is 4 a factor? Can I take 42 divide by 4 without a remainder? No. Is 5 a factor? Just take your calculator and tekan lah. Can 42 divide by 5 or not? Cannot. Is 6 a factor? 42 divided by 6, about the 1. Okay, 1 is a factor because 1 can be divided, 42 can divide by 1 and can get 42. You see, so 1 is always a factor for every number. It is not a prime number, remember. Okay, 1 is not a prime number, but 1 is a factor for all the numbers. Okay? All right, Tristan, boleh? So go on now. 4 cannot, 5 cannot, 6 can, okay? 42 divided by 6. How about 7? Also can. 42 divided by 7 is 6. How about 8? Can 42 divide by 8? Boleh ke? Is 42 in times table 8? No. How about 9? No. How about 10? No. 11? No. 12? No. 13? No. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Is 21 a factor of 42? Yes. Why? Because 2 and 21 is a pair. Okay? There's one more number missing here. What number is it? 14. Thank you so much. That's right. I was wondering what is that number there? 14. Because that would be pairing up with 3. Every factor actually has a pair. Okay? Now, you see, when I work out 6, 42 divided by 6 is 7. So 42 divided by 7 is 6. So this fella is a pair. Okay? 42 divided by 3 is 14. 42 divided by 14 is 3. So these two is a pair. 42 divided by 2 is 21. So that's why 21 will pair up with 2. You see that? It's always a pair. And then, of course, 1 will pair up with 42 itself. All right, 42 can surely divide by 42. Now, among these numbers, which are prime numbers? That's it. Among these factors, to be more precise, which are prime factors? 2, 3, 6 is not a prime, 6 is a composite. 7 is a prime, 14 is not a prime, 21 is not a prime, 42 is not a prime. 1 is not a prime, neither a composite. So these are your prime factors. A little bit of knowledge of factors, a little bit of knowledge of prime numbers. Don't forget. Okay? Do you understand this? It's simple. This question is bukan susah sangat. Okay, ka? Can we move on? All right. So, now, let's go to the next question, which is, I'm going to clear this. What is the difference between the highest common factor? I hope you remember this. And the lowest common multiple of these two numbers. Okay? Do you remember how to do your highest common factor and the lowest common multiples? Now, if you really forgot, then go start with the basics. 16, 24. List them out. First of all, list the factors. What are the factors for 16? Start lah. 1, 2, 4. Okay. And then comes to 8. And finally, 16. All right. What about the factors for 24? 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 cannot. 6, 7 cannot. 8, 9, no. 10, no. 11, no. Then 12 and finally 24. So these are all the common factors in these common factors, which is the highest common factor? Which is common? Common for this 16 and 24. So 2 is common. Can you see? 4 is common. 8 is common. So in these 2, 4 and 8, which is the highest common factor? 8 lah. Can you see? Nampak? Okay, done already with the factor. Now you go to multiples. So if multiples is just like that time story or time question, so you have 16. Hello, what is the next number when 16 times 2? It will be, come on, this time you have to help me. I'm not using a calculator. Use your calculator and tell me on your side. 16, what's the next multiple of 16? After 16 is what? Come on, guys. Now we are doing multiples. 32. Okay, after 32, add another 16. Tell me the next number. 40. Yes. Wait. Go do 16 first, please. Okay, don't jump to 24. Let's all do 16 first. Do a few. Okay. 16 and 16 is 32. 32 plus 16 is how much, guys? Come on. Cepatlah sedikit. 48 is going to be here. 24 and then 48. Come on, what's your answer here? Can I have? 32 plus 16 is how much? 48. Yes, 48. That's right. Okay. That's right. 16 and then, okay, plus 16, you get 48. Huh. Now, there is a common multiple already. You cannot be keep on going on and on. We already found the lowest common multiple. Because lowest means the first number to be the same. Can you see? What is it? It is 48. So the lowest common multiple here is 48. Nampak? And question is asking, what is the difference between this and this? Do you understand now? Okay, so highest common factor you must find. Lowest common multiple you find. And then you find the difference between these two. And the answer would be 40. Do you understand this so-called complicated question? Faham ke? Or are you all scratching your head? Tristan, Gloria, Natasha, macam mana? Can do? What do you think about this? You see, they're asking you here common factor. So this is all factors. Then common multiples. This is all common multiples. Use your calculator. And lowest common multiple is the first number to be the same. Okay? And then find the difference. That's it. Done. Clear? Okay, so now that's just chapter 2. Okay? Take a breather. All right. Let's now go on to the next topic, which is squares, roots, cube, and cube roots. I just made the topic sound shorter. Okay, remember these or not? Your cube and cube roots and squares and square roots. So over here, there are just 4 questions here. You must use calculator. Oh, but this one, they says don't use calculator. All right. So we are going to try to solve it without using a calculator. Macam mana? All right. I'm sure you know the basics of what is square. Square is a number, for example, 2 to the power of 2 is 2 squared. It's 4. This is called a perfect square. 3. So 4 is a perfect square. 3 squared. 3 times 3, bukan 3 times 2. You know, this is 9. What about 2 cube? That means 2 times 2 times 2. And that's 8. What about 3 cube. 3 cube is 3 times 3 times 3, and that's 27. Now, roots are always going back. So if I put the square root here, the square root of 4 will come back to 2. The square root of 9 will come back to 3. The cube root of 8 will come back to 2. The cube root of 27 will be 3. It just goes and comes back. That's all. Okay? Clear. Now with that, let's answer these questions. So there is a root here and it says 4 over 49. But you must understand these are special numbers. What is 4? 4 is 2 to the power of 2, 2 squared. And 49 is 7 to the power of 2, 7 squared. And there is a square root. So what happens in such a question? The square and the root cancels off, leaving you with 2 over 7. Got it? Now, that's a simple question. Look here on the right. Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't label it. So let's put this as 1. Let's put this as 2. Over here, you see a mixed number. Don't you be scared. Mixed number means in primary school what you learn, change it to an improper fraction. So keep your root, write back the root. How do you change to improper fraction? Times at the bottom, add on top. Now you tell me what's the answer. What's the answer for 64 times 2 plus 41? Come on. Quickly. 64 times 2. Okay, plus 41. Cepat sedikit. Cepat sedikit. 62 times 2, sorry, 64 times 2 plus with 41. What's your answer? Quick, guys. 5. Ah, thank you. It's 169. 169? Did all of you all get 169? Oh, you use brains. Well, 64 times 2, it's 128. 128 plus 41 is, that's right, 169 over 64. We need to master more. Well done. Now, what would this be? What number do you think 169 is a square root of? Who can tell me? And what about 64? What is the perfect square for it? Who knows? Come on, guys. 64. You know that's 8 squared. Okay. 9 squared is 81. 10 squared is 100. 11 squared is 121. Okay. 12 squared. These are all common numbers that you should know. 144. Okay. 12 times 12. So 13 squared. What is 13 squared, guys? Do you all know that? 13 times 13. Okay, Tristan, are you there? Yeah, 169. Very good. So this is 13 squared. Okay, so now you know the square will cancel off with the root, leaving you 13 over 8. And if you want, you can simplify this to change it to a mixed number. 1, 5 over 8. Okay? Done. All right, next. This question. 50 over 128 and square root. How about this? Doesn't sound like 50 is a square, a perfect square. It's not a perfect square. What do you think you have to do here? Who has an idea? Come on, who has an idea? What do we do here? What do we do to this? How do we get to our answer? First, we simplify. Simplify 50 and 128. So, what do I get? 50 divided by 2. 25. Sounds more familiar now. 128 divided by 2. 120 divided by 2 is 60. 8 divided by 2 is 4. So it's 64. Simplify. A fraction can be simplified. Now, you can already see what numbers are these. 25 is 5 squared. And 64 is 8 squared. Can you see that? And so now we can cancel off these squares with the root, leaving us with the answer 5/8. All right, I'm going to ask you to do this one last question. How about this number? How do I get the square root? Now, 121, as I told you earlier, okay, it's a square root for 11 squared. 11 squared, you get 121. So there, surely you're going to work with something to do with 11, but what's going to be your number? When I square root 0.0121, what will I get? Put in chat. Try and see. Come on, guys. Give it a try. That's why you see, sometimes you depend too much on calculators. Do you remember in primary school, you all learn decimal multiplication? If you have a decimal number, for example, 0.2 times 0.3, what happens? You take 2 times 3, the answer is 6. But you got 2 decimal places, so you move 2 decimal places in, and your answer would be 0.06. Now look at the decimal places here. There are 4 decimal places. Am I right? 0.0121. So if 11 is going to multiply by 11, yes, I will get 121. But if I had 4 decimal places, that means the question must have at least 2 decimal places each. You understand? Only when you have 2 decimal places, you can have 4 decimal place as your answer. So put in the 0 and put in the 0. It would have been 0.11 times 0.11. Thus, the square root of 0.0121 is 0.11. This is, how is it? Can do or not? Okay? Decimal multiplication. Of course, in the exam, they cannot tell you don't use a calculator because you are going to have a calculator. So, macam mana they're going to know? So, just go ahead and use it. Okay? All right. So, I wanted to just give you the practice of using your brains. Okay? Sometimes you depend too much on calculator. Then, mana nak guna ni? Betul? Okay. Clear, huh? Let's move on to the next question. So far, so good? Boleh? Okay. All right. What is MHM? I don't understand that. Is that a new language? All right, guys. Again, okay. It's the same topic, squares, cubes, and roots. Okay. Now, there is a word problem now. Okay, thank you. There is a word problem. Let's have a look at it. Okay. Farhan wants to cover his whole bedroom floor with square tiles. Real life stories. Each tile, okay, like this lah, each tile has a measurement. The tile's measurement is 15 centimeter by 15 centimeter. So can you see that this is a square? 15 by 15 is a square. All right. Then the area of the floor is 9 meters squared. So how many tiles are needed? This is more like a logic question as well. So, first of all, you have got these tiles and they are in centimeters. The area of the floor is given in 9 meter squared. What does it mean? Contoh, this is the floor, okay? All right, I'm just giving an estimate. How do I get 9 meter squared as an area? What would have been my length and what would have been my height? Can someone put in the chat? Actually, all of you. Can you tell me what could have been the length and what could have been the height that when I multiplied? Exactly, yes, that's 3. You see that? Because 3 times 3, that's how you get area. You get 9 meter squared. Got it? However, now you want to change this meter to centimeter. So now 3 meter is 300 centimeters. And this one is another 300 centimeters. So now your 9 meters squared, if I'm going to take 300 multiply by 300, very simple, is still 9. But you got 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. And this is centimeters squared. This is your whole room. 90,000 centimeters squared. And what you're going to do? You're going to put in little tiles. Okay, we're so rich. Hello, it's just area only. You know 3 meter by 3 meter is pretty small. Okay, go take the meter ruler or a measuring tape in your house. Go measure. How long is 3 meter? 3 meter is just 9 feet. Just walk 9 feet is 3 meters. Okay, this is not money lah. Okay, 90,000 centimeters square only the space. Space. Now you have your tiles. Let's go back to our tiles. These little tiles measure how much? 15 by 15. Excuse me, all of you with the calculators there. Tell me what is 15 times 15? What is the area for this square, this one little square? Cepat, tekan. What is 15 times 15? 225. You understand? One tile is 225 centimeters square. So now common sense. We use common sense. Your room is 90,000 centimeters square. Your one tile is 225 centimeters square. Can you see this little tile here? 225, 225. So how many tiles can go inside this 90,000? What do you do? What operation do we do? Come on, think. That's right, 90,000 divide by 225. You see lah, 225 one tile, 225 another tile. You want to find how many 225s can go into 90,000. So now again, you have a calculator. You're not in standard 6. You don't have calculator now. You form 1, form 2 already. Take your 90,000. Tekan. Tok, 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 tok. Divide by 225. That will give you how many tiles is needed. Very good. Tekan already. Jawapan, 40 tiles. You see? Now, the trick here or the challenging part here is, look, here it's meter square. Here is centimeter. Units have to be the same. Then only you can compare apples to apples. No, you cannot compare apples to bananas. It's not fair. Got it? Now, you know he's going to take now 40 tiles. Well done. Is that the same answer for the rest of y'all? Okay. This is easy. If each tile costs 5 ringgit 50 cents, how much does he need to pay to buy the tiles? What do you need to do, guys? Ni sangat senang. How come you got 400? Okay. Everybody now, tell me what's your answer. Can I have everybody's answer? 90,000 divide by 225. First tell me, is it 40 or 400? I'm not having a calculator here, okay? 400. Okay, betul. Fatin got 400. How about Tristan also got 400? Okay, that means I think Natasha, who? Gloria, maybe you missed the zero somewhere. It's 90,000 divided by 225. So sorry guys, it's 400 tiles. Okay, 400 tiles. Really, man? So much, ah? It's only a room of 3 meter by 3 meter only with 15 cm. Yeah, 15 cm is very small tile, you know that or not? 15 cm is just like your short ruler. Yeah, so maybe 400 tiles. Why not? How we get 3 meter? Huh? What times what give you 9? Okay. Area. Remember area. Yes. So 3 times 3 give you 9. The 3 meter change to 300 centimeter. Then I get area for this, which is 90,000 centimeter squared. Then I take the 90,000 divide by the area of every tile, which is 225. And then I get how many tiles, which is 400. Then one tile must be, this must be some, I do not know, Spanish design, Greek tiles or whatever, so expensive. One kutti tile only some more. So times lah 90,000. Sorry, times 400. Tell me how much money you must pay just for the tiles? This is real life. In case you're going to do this for your bathroom one day, tell me what's the money you must pay. And don't forget, you must hire the Bangladeshi or whoever to come and do the work for you some more. 2,200. Betul ke? Is that correct for the rest? Tristan says 2,200 ringgit. That's just the cost of the tiles. Haven't gone to the cost of putting the cement lah, whatever, hiring the person. You see that? See? This is your real life maths. Okay? All right. Let's move on. Okay, oh my Lord. My Lord pula. Okay. Unit 4 now. Ratios, rate, and proportion. Okay. I like this question. This question very interesting. So when I was looking at it, it's like, wow, this is cool. So I'm going to do what? I'm going to give you time to now work on your brains. Okay. Go do this now. Read this question. I want all of y'all to start thinking, cracking your head, how to do this. The ratio of the ages of this person, Ani to Bong to Chandra. Why? Because ABC is 2 to 4 to 9. Now, the sum of their ages is 60 years old. Okay, there's a full stop here. Find the ratio of Ani's age to Ben's age to Chandra's age after 4 years. Express your answer in the simplest form. I love this question. I don't know, I like this kind of question a lot. Okay. All of you, try. I will pause the recording, okay? Right, guys, we'll have to resume and start the explanation now. So there are 3 people here, Ani, Bong, and Chandra. So for me, I would just like to say it's A, Ani, to Bong, B, to Chandra. The ratio is 2 to 4 to 9. Now again, always ratio is parts. So Ani's age is 2 parts. Bong's age is 4 parts. Chandra's age is 9 parts. Now my question is, how many parts are there all together? Okay, that means Ani 2 parts, Bong 4 parts, Chandra 9 parts. 2 plus 4 is 6. 6 plus 9 is 15. So altogether, there are 15 parts. And these 15 parts is equals to, what? 60 years in numbers, in age. Okay, when it totals up all these parts, it totals up to 60 years. So if 15 parts is 60 years, one part is how many years? Take 60, divide by 15. I don't have calculator, so I can do. How much is it? 4 years. Okay, so one part is 4 years. Now you go back to your Aini, Bong, and Chandra and put in the age now. The age appropriate according to the parts. So Ani is 2 parts. So one part is 4 years, 2 part means 8 years. Got it? Bong is 4 parts. So one part is 4 years, 4 part is 4 times 4, 16 years. You can say years here. Okay, years. And then Chandra, 9 parts. 9 times 4, okay lah, 36 years. Got it? Now, the question is asking, find the ratio of Ani's age to Bond's age to Chandra's age. Again, it's A to B to C. After 4 years. Now, after 4 years, you think the age is going to be the same? No. Age will have changed already, just like you also growing up. So, after 4 years, you plus 4 years, this fellow going to become 12 years. Everybody also will grow it. He'll become 20 years. And this fellow will become 40 years. Now you got big numbers. Simplify back this number. You understand? Simplify it back. What do we get? What can I divide with? I can divide by 4 maybe. So 12 divided by 4, I'm going to get 3. 20 divided by 4, I'm going to get 5. 40 divided by 4, I'm going to get 10. Can you see? I divide by 4 to simplify the ratio. Okay? Now, this is your answer. So I like this type of questions. Express your answer in the simplest form. That's why you divide. Okay, if not, this can stand as the answer. But when you say simplest form, you got to divide. Divide by a number, a common multiple. Okay? Faham? We got 2. You can divide by 2, but you'll do double time. La. You'll get 6 to 10 to 20. You see that? If you say I want to divide by 2, can. Then you will get 6 to 10 to 20. Yes or not? And this can still be simplified word. So you're still going to divide by 2 again. See? So divide by 4 straight away. Do you understand? Can I have a thumbs up if you understood this question? You can move on then. Faham ke? Okay, good. Now, what you're going to do is, later when you have the module, okay, and I send it, do them again. Get into your memory, okay? Clear the drawing. Okay, let's move on now. Okay, look at this. Again, ratios, rate, and proportion. The number of candy, okay, in each of these 3 boxes, A, B, and C, 120, 150, and 180. So, actually, this question doesn't have a picture, but I simply put a picture here. So, imagine this is box A, this is box B, and this is box C. This box A is 100 and, okay, cannot be 120. Wrong, wrong, wrong. Why? Because by size, it's not the same. Okay, A, B, C. This is A. B is bigger and C is the biggest. All right. So A is 120. B is 150 what? Candies. Okay, inside. And C is 180 candies. Got it? Find the number of candy. So listen carefully. Find the number of candy that need to be transferred among these boxes so that the final ratio of the candy in box A to box B to box C is this. You see that? They want the ratio to be like this. How do I do it? They want the box A, they want the end results to the box B, to the box C to be in the ratio of 3 to 5 to 7. So again, remember ratio as parts. Read them as parts. 3 parts to 5 parts to 7 parts. Darlings, how many parts altogether? Put in chat. 3 plus 5 or 3 plus 7, 10. 10 plus 5, 15 parts altogether. Okay, we have 15 parts. And how many so-called candies do we have to deal with? What is 120 plus 150 plus 180? What's the number? Add the candies, tell me. How many candies do we have to deal with? Cepatlah sedikit. Kau ada calculator kan? Tekan itu calculator. 180 plus 120. Mentally pun boleh buat. 300. And then plus 150. 450. Wait, where you get 4,500? Kada boleh. Oh my God. Mistake, typo, error. Okay, understood. 450 candies, guys. 450 candies. Okay, don't get diabetic after eating all this. Is equivalent to 15 parts. So tell me, use your calculator. One part must be how much? If 450 candies is 15 parts, one part must be how much? Very good. 30 candies. Tekan already? Okay? Got your 30 candies, right? For one part. So now let's look back at the question. A, you need how many parts? 3 parts. Do you understand? According to the question, they want A to have only 3 parts. That means A must have how many candies? Put in chat. If 3 parts goes to A, how many candies would that be? Where got 9 lah? It's 90. 3 times 30. So 90 candies will go to A. Do you understand? Okay. Box B needs 5 parts in it. So if one part is 30 candies, 5 parts will be how many? Come on, very easy. 150 candies. That will go to B. All right. Faham? Last one, 7 parts. 7 times 30. 210 candies will go to box C. So now, look at the original ratio, the original number of candies, and your new answer. What has to be transferred? Looks like B remains the same. Nothing to do with B. But what do you have to do with A? You must take out 30 candies from A and put the 30 candies into C. Do you understand? Find the number of candy that need to be transferred among the boxes. So you must literally write 30 candies, take out 30 candies from A and transfer to box C. If you do this, yeah, you got it right. Again, understand them as parts, total up the parts, equal it to the quantity, and find each part. Do I sound like I'm singing a song here? Okay, all right. That's how you solve these beautiful questions in ratios. All right? Faham? Okay? If you understood, can I have a thumbs up? Okay? Or this is like too hard for you. You're crying blood tears. Okay. No, no crying, Okay, good. No crying, good. All right. So next. Okay, guys, we will stop soon. Okay, I know I'm not going to torture you the whole day like this. The rest of the question in the module, you cuba lah. And kalau I ada masa, I will do the recording. It will be a part 2 of the recording. Okay, it's already 9:11. We're like 9:11. Oh my God. Guys, this one, you must do this. This is not susah. Okay, putting these values into this equation, algebraic expression. Okay, and find the value of each of the following algebraic expression. You know what is expression? Expression is not the same as equation. The next topic you learn is linear equation. Equation means you must have the symbol equal. Here, got no equal. You understand? Okay, you just express it by putting in the value. P is 3. Put la 3 inside here. Put the 3 inside here. Q is -8. Put the Q here. Don't forget your first chapter, negative number. R, where got R? R will come here. Okay, so now, this one, I will do one question. Okay, all of you, try this question now on your side. How do I do? Put 2, keep the 2. P is 3, so times 3. Okay, Q is how much? Q is -8, so times -8. All right, after that, add, tambah, P squared. P is 3, so 3 squared. Minus 5 of Q. Q is -8 times -8. Now, write your equals in the next line down. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 times -8. This is a positive 6 times with a -8. Surely I get negative number. And the answer will be -48. 36, 42, 48. And then I will plus, continue here, plus with 3 squared, which is 9. And then, look here, minus 5 times -8. So, this 5 times -8 will give you -40. Yes or not? Because 5 times -8 is -40. But a negative and a -40 means what will happen? It will become positive 40. You got to know this well. If not, you make careless mistake. After this only, you can tekan in your ting tong calculator and get your answer. You understand? So even though you have the calculator, still need to use the brains. Okay. All right. What is your answer here? Now you can tell me, put in your calculator. Why the scary face, Siddharth? 1. Okay, -48 plus 9. Oh, everybody got 1? Okay, good. Well done. So, next question, I think this one, you boleh lah cuba by yourself. Okay, so clear this. Later you get this module, huh? Okay, next question. Oh, sorry, going down. Okay, algebraic expression. All right, expression still in chapter 5, huh? Okay, sometimes they give you questions like this. And I know this is where you kind of have a lot of difficulty maybe. But you got to read. You really have to read. Okay, so now let's read. In a badminton match, the point obtained by Z, okay, so this is where the important part is twice the point obtained by Fadila. So this itself is one algebraic expression. So how do I do this? First of all, give a what you call an alphabet. So if I want to call Z, we can give him maybe Z because it's easier to remember. Okay. When Fadila, we can give F. Okay. All right. So now, look at this sentence. Z is twice. So Z equals twice means 2 times of the points obtained by Fadila. So whatever Fadila gets, Z has got 2 times of it. This is Z's points. Okay, Z's points is Z. Fadila's points is F. You must do this first. Step 1, label your unknowns. Then only step 2, you can create the algebraic expression. If not, what are you going to use? ABC, is it? No, you got to put in this by yourself. So now you have this algebraic expression from the first sentence. That is, Z is twice the point obtained by Fadila. We got one more person here. While the points obtained by Evelyn is 5 points less than. Okay, so now this is the points obtained by Evelyn, whatever it is, I put there E. So now I go and work on my second algebraic expression. Evelyn is, so Evelyn is E, so Evelyn is equals 5 points less than Z. Whatever Z get, minus 5. That's how you create. You must understand. Okay, understand. Now, third equation, third information coming. Given the total points of Z and Fadila, that means what? That means they give you a new one now. Z plus Fadila is equals to how much? 6 mm. 6, whatever lah, the unit, you don't ask lah, okay? I don't know what mm. 6 mm, I don't know how, 6 marks or whatever, okay? 6. Just imagine it's 6. Given the total points of Z and Fadila is 6. Find the point obtained by Evelyn. So, put your 6 here, lo. Z plus Fadila is 6. Z is equivalent to 2 times of Fadila. So, how can you come up with an answer? How much is Z? How much is Fadila? Using this. What could Z be? What could F be? Come on. Think and see. If Z plus F, it gives you 2. Okay, Z plus Fadila gives you 6 points. But Z's points is equivalent to 2 times of Fadila's points. What could be Z's points and what could be Fadila's points? How would you do this? You can actually guess, okay? Sometimes guessing works. But if you cannot guess, then what you're going to do? You got to solve it. Yes or not? So let's see how to solve it, okay? All right. So if Z plus F is equivalent to 6, Z must be 6 minus F. Do you understand? I make Z as the title. Z must be 6 minus Fadila. All right. Now this number, you put it here. So 6 minus F, which is the same as Z, which is this Z, is equivalent to F. Now you know you move the F here and there. So 6, I want to get rid of this negative F. I will have to plus F. Do you remember doing this? Negative F plus F. What you do on the left, you do on the right. So 2F plus F, this will become 3F. And then now, I want to find just what is F. To find what is F, I divide by 3 on my left, and I do the same. I divide by 3 on my, right, and then this is divide by 3 on your left. 6 divided by 3, 2. So basically, Fadila's points is 2. Got it? Let me change the color now. So now I've got Fadila equals 2. Okay, Fadila is 2. So Z must be 2 times 2, which is 4. Check. Is Z plus F give you 6? Yes, 2 plus 4 gives me 6. Now, finally, find what's the point for Evelyn. Evelyn will be Z minus 5. What is your Z? Z is 4. Am I right? Z is 4. And minus 5. Oh, this answer gives us a negative 1. Took it from a book. I've got to double check if this would be the correct answer, but why not? Do you think you can get a negative point in a match? Well, that's something you can query about. But as far as algebra is concerned, yes. As far as reality is concerned, I'm not so sure whether you have negative points in a badminton match. I don't think so. Okay? So I've got to double check in case there's any typo error, but I don't think so. But anyway, what is important here is this part. Doing this. Okay? Please go back and revise a little bit on finding your this. What you do at the right, and do at the right, and do at the left to get the equations. Do you remember we did all these questions in our modules? Okay? Remember or not? Go look at the module. So these are all 5 points less. Wait, let me see. 5 points less than Z. 5 points less than Z. That means, yeah lah. It means Z minus 5, right? Correct or not? So Z has 4 points. So 5 points less than Z is 4 minus 5. 5 points less than Z. No. It's not like that, Fatin. Okay, 5 points less than Z. That means whatever Z has, Fadila or Evelyn, sorry, has 5 less. So how do you find something which is 5 less than this? You must minus 5. Okay, that's why you get this equation. You created this equation based on this understanding, not 5 minus Z. Okay? Do you understand? Okay, good. All right, read. It's all here. So according to this, it's negative 1. All right? So, clear? All right? Now, so colorful. Let's see. One last question. Okay? This one. Linear equations. We'll finish by this. Okay, if I'm going to just go through with you, after this, I'm going to give you this module in your Telegram group. Please go and complete the rest. Okay, what do you have? You have got linear equations, 6b, then come linear inequalities. Now, if you look carefully, this is the symbol for inequality. Okay, all right, more or more than and same, less or less than or same. All right, and it works the same way as chapter 6, except for when you divide by a negative number. When you divide by a negative number, the symbol will change, will become opposite. Okay, so with that, then after that, what do we have? Then linear inequalities. Again, word problems, lines and angles, basic polygons, perimeter and area, set, data handling, and Pythagoras theorem. Okay, a couple of questions. Cannot finish everything one day lah, memang lah. Okay, because they're all word problems. Even learning this itself, it's really good enough for today. So we will stop here. Okay, all right. We will stop now. It's 9:30 almost. And I want you to try doing the rest of the questions. And I will do a recording of part 2. Okay, so far so good. Boleh? We have done up to where? We have done up to Fadila. Okay, I will start from here. All right. Okay, so with that, I will end the recording.